So this will be probably about 10 minutes. You said that your neck has been hurting, so take as much time as possible while you're doing these stretches. It'll just be a few. But if you feel any excruciating pain, just stop where you're at and slowly bring your neck back. It shouldn't hurt you. You should just feel a stretch. So I know you're probably at the office right now, so if you have headphones or you just listen to this really softly, hopefully you have like 10 minutes or so just to go through this. So even if you're sitting at your desk, something to remember is to still have your hips over above where your knees are. So I personally have to put a pillow under my butt, and you'll think about your pelvis back and your tailbone down, which helps keep your core engaged and keeps your core underneath your ribs on top of your hips, your collarbone above your ribs, and shoulder blades down the back. And then think of your front ribs coming back. I do a lot of overly stretching, so I always have to remember to bring my top ribs to my back ribs, if that makes sense. So go ahead and take a moment just to sit here, consciously sitting here with your feet grounded on the floor. If you're at home, you can go ahead and sit in Indian style, cross-legged position, and have your hands on your knees. But right now, if you're sitting at the desk, just do a seated posture here with your feet on the ground, grounding through all four corners of your feet, feeling this energy coming up from your feet, your toes, to your inner arches, to your heels, up through your inner ankles, outer ankles, your shins, up to your knees, to your thighs, your quads, your hamstrings, up to your pelvis, into your hips and your tailbone, to your core, your diaphragm, your front ribs, your side ribs, your back ribs, your chest, your collarbone rising and lifting to the sky, your shoulders coming down your back, your shoulder blades back, your neck lifting, the back of your skull rising to the sky. We'll take some inhale and exhales here. Exhale completely out. When we inhale, let's fill up from our diaphragm first, to our ribs, side ribs, back ribs, up to our chest, up to our head. And we'll exhale from the top down, from our chest to our ribs to our belly. Do that again. Inhale through your low belly, front ribs expanding through the side ribs, back ribs, chest, shoulders, back of the skull, and exhale from the chest, ribs, to belly. Do that a couple times on your own, finding your own breath. We'll do one together. Hopefully we're on an inhale breath. Inhale. And this time we'll exhale out the mouth as if you're fogging up a window. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. If you allowed your eyes to be closed, go ahead and open them up. We'll start with our right ear to right shoulder. So let's look straight ahead at the camera, at your phone, your TV, at the wall in front of you. And now hold your nose, hold the tip of your nose looking straight ahead, and just bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Just tip your ear over so that your nose is still pointing forward. Your right shoulder is not coming up to meet the right ear. Your right ear is coming to meet the right shoulder. Think about the shoulder heads. That's these guys right here. Think of the shoulder heads back and your shoulder blades, which are above your bra line. Think about those shoulder blades going down your back. And then those front ribs coming back as well, core engaged. So the right ear is to the right shoulder. Let's go ahead and extend. If you're sitting on the ground, you would hopefully put this on the floor. If you have a chair, you can grab onto the chair with the tips of your fingers, help get some more length on your side neck. It should be a side neck that connects to your shoulder. Okay, we'll take some breaths here. Get as much length as possible and breathe now with the attention breathing to your side neck. Getting that lengthening. Nose still pointing straight ahead, just your ear to your shoulder. We'll take one breath here, one more. Now let's take the tip of our nose again. You can take your right hand to help steer it, but what we're gonna be doing is tipping that nose down to look at the outside of your right leg. What you really want to be doing is looking towards your collarbones. It depends how much mobility you have in your neck right now. Just be very subtle with it. So again, it would be your nose is pointing straight ahead, but now we're still going to be leaning over towards our right shoulder. However, we'll be looking down, getting a nice stretch in the side back area of your neck. I think you were saying it was the back part of your neck that was hurting more, so this stretch you might be feeling more than the last one. So take care of yourself and breathe into it. If it hurts you, maybe you need to come out of it, and that's okay. Maybe you need to skip this one. But if you're able to, and you're not in too much pain, keep breathing into the back side part of your neck. So your ear is still to your shoulder, but you're looking to your outside hip. Possibly you're looking at your right shoulder, your collarbone. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Still extending through the left hand, holding onto the chair. Okay, so we'll bring our nose back to look at your phone or at the computer or the wall in front of you with our right ear to our right shoulder. And now let's go ahead and now point that nose up towards the sky to get this stretch in the front part of your right neck. So again, how you get into that is your nose is looking perpendicular in front of you. And then now you're going to still keep that bend in your neck. Just turn the chin to the sky. And still extending through the left arm down, holding onto that chair. you're breathing through your diaphragm and your ribs and your chest, but also think of that breath really elongating this jaw front part of your neck as well. And take one more breath here. And let's go ahead and bring our right ear to our right shoulder. And you may want to help your neck back by holding your head with your thumbs underneath your chin, and now you're back to neutral. How does that feel? Hopefully this side feels a little bit different than your other side, and you know that we're going to have to stretch out the other side as well. I'm seeing the time. This is actually about 20 minutes on our neck, but you need it. So take it super slow. Same thing again. Think of our nose pointing in front of us. Now we'll be extending our right hand down, holding onto the chair. And now we're gonna pick our nose up and just plop it onto our left shoulder, our left ear to our left shoulder. I know it's probably not touching the left shoulder, but it's just the effort of getting this length in the side neck down through the shoulder, through the arm. So trying to sit as straight as possible as you can, but really breathing into your side neck. So it's as if you would want your eyeballs right on top of each other. If you were super flexible in your neck and mobile, it would be like your eyes are just like boop, boop, right on top of each other with your nose pointing forward. That's the goal, but that's not usually where most bodies are. Take 2 more breaths here, extending more through the right hand. Getting that length in the right side of the neck. And now our nose is still pointing in front of us. Our ear is still to our shoulder. However, now let's go ahead and bring the gaze down by pointing our nose down to the ground. Down to the outer side of your left hip or your left butt. Maybe you're checking out your butt right now. And this is going to be giving you a nice stretch in the back side, the back side of your neck. Extending through that right hand. If this is excruciating, maybe come out a little bit, give yourself a little break, and then come back into it. No one's forcing you to do this but yourself, although you should be feeling some relief a little bit later in the day from this. It might not be immediate, it might be a little painful right away, but throughout the rest of the day, you should be finding some relief. Let's do one more breath here. Okay, and then we'll pick up our nose so that it's back to left ear to left shoulder, looking straight ahead. Get that quick little side stretch here. That's immediately just on your side from your ear down to your shoulder. Now let's go ahead and inhale as we look up, point that nose to the sky, get this stretch in your front side of your neck / your jaw. You might be feeling it in your jaw. So again, your gaze is straight ahead, but then you Look up as much as you can without hurting yourself. Still staying grounded in your left hip on the chair, both hips hopefully. So feeling your feet grounded in the earth. Breathing through your whole body with a big attention on the front side of your right neck. Maybe bring your chin a little bit more to the sky. Whatever is comfortable to you. Hopefully you can feel this so you can play around with what angles your neck wants to be in, where you can feel a really good stretch if you just take your time. Don't force anything. Take one more breath here. Let's bring the left ear to the left shoulder again with the nose pointing straight ahead of you. And let's help our neck back by holding our head with our thumbs underneath our chin, framing our face, and bringing our neck back to neutral. Hope that feels good. Maybe you give yourself a quick little massage. I like to give a massage right around my ears and my temples. I think I hold a lot of tension right here in my face. So maybe give yourself just a quick one. Maybe kind of lifting your neck a little bit. Ooh. All right, now we'll go ahead and think of a flashlight on the top of our head. It's pointing straight in front of you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be creating little circles on the wall in front of you with this flashlight, just by ever so slightly making these little circular motions, okay? So pretend like there's a flashlight in front of you and you're giving those circles in front. We'll do one way for a few breaths, then we'll go to the other way. One of the hardest things about yoga is actually slowing down. So you might be going crazy a little bit in your head. I can't believe we're doing so many neck stretches, but so few. Just is taking so much time, and let's reverse. But the most healing thing that you can do is actually take a moment and stop rushing. Feeling like you have to fill your time with so much stuff, with so many things to do. Why can't we take 20 minutes to do 4 postures? Isn't our body feeling pain in that spot? Why wouldn't we give that painful area some of our attention? Next, let's go ahead and bring our left hand outside of our right knee. Bring your right hand behind you. If you're on the ground, you could hold on to the ground. If you're on your chair, hopefully maybe there's a back to your chair. You would try to wrap your hand around the back of your chair. So you can even have that back of your chair help you twist. So we'll breathe in, facing front. And breathe out, twist from your belly and your spine towards the back. And let your gaze go over your right shoulder. We'll stay here for a couple breaths, remembering to bring our left shoulder down our back as we are stretching, or as we're twisting. On our inhale, we'll be lifting our body off our hips, and with our exhale, we'll be deepening the stretch towards your right side. One more breath with the gaze looking back. And go ahead and stay in this twist, but now we'll bring the gaze over your left shoulder. So you're still in the twist, but you're allowing to get this little neck stretch looking over your left shoulder. Take 2 breaths here. And we'll inhale to come out of it. Go ahead and take your right hand now, place it outside of your left thigh. Bring your left hand around your chair or behind you if you're sitting on the ground. We'll inhale as we lift up, and exhale, twist over to the left. Let your gaze go over your left shoulder, getting a nice stretch along your right side of your neck. Again, on the inhale, we lift, back of the skull extending to the sky. And on the exhale, you deepen the stretch over to the left. Now we'll stay in that twist, but we'll bring our gaze over our right shoulder. You should get this nice stretch along the left side of your neck. Inhale helps you lift, and exhale still deepen the twist. And we'll inhale to come back to our center here. If it feels like your neck wants it, go ahead and bring your chin to your chest. Get this nice back stretch. You might even feel it in your spine as well. To chin to chest, and now we'll drag it over to our right side. With big but super duper slow circles. If you feel a place where it feels stuck, maybe you need to stay in that spot for a little bit. If your neck says, wow, that felt good, maybe give it one more circle in that same direction over towards the right. If it hurt, maybe keep it at 1. It's hard to hurt ourselves if we're going super slow. And now we'll change our direction. We'll keep chin down to chest and now over to the left. I know it's so hard to go slow, but it's important. And once your neck comes back to the front, chin to chest, maybe you hold your head as you lift it back into place. And if this feels good to you, go ahead and do it. If it doesn't, please skip it. We're just about done, but this is something I really enjoy doing, is again framing my face, but I put like my, put a few, what do? I put my pointer finger behind my ear, and then I have the rest of my fingers in front of my ear, and then I have my thumbs underneath my neck. So it's like I'm cutting my ears. So I hold it there, and then I like to just lift my neck with with the back of the skull rising, but lift my neck off of my body and get this nice stretch in my neck, which also then allows me to give my head a nice massage. Now, if you're at work, you probably don't want to mess up your hair, but it can help giving yourself just a nice little skull massage. So Mom, I know I said that this was going to be a 10-minute video. It's about a 25-minute video. So I love you, and I hope that you did the entire video if you were able to. If you are not at your desk, now that it's almost a half an hour video, maybe you have to do this at home instead of sitting on a chair. If you're able to, in the very, very beginning, I have to lift my hips off my, I have to put my hips up high when I sit on the ground. I don't know about you, but sometimes I have to put like 2 pillows down, boop, to get in a comfortable position. And something else that I do is I kind of lift my butt back. Boop. I lift both my cheeks back, which helps my pelvis get on top of, which helps my pelvis get above my hips. Sorry. If you lean forward a little bit, that's perfectly fine. It's more so about the curving under that's really bad for people's spines. So if you're ever curved under, just remember, oh gosh, I have to lift my core up. I have to maybe bring my tailbone back, but then once you bring your tailbone back, then think about, okay, now I'll bring my tailbone down. You find this neutral position. When we're together next, I can help you find it, but you really have to maybe just do some playing of, okay, I'm gonna really tuck my pelvis, and now I'm gonna really bring my pelvis back, and then you keep doing that until you find like, oh, well, keep doing that now where it is neutral, and then you find this happy neutral position where you can really lift your hips off of your sit bones and all that jazz. So anyways, I love you. If you do it sitting on the ground like this, you could have your hand on the floor as you're doing these moves. And then when you twist, your hand would be behind you. And yeah. So anyways, I love you. I hope your neck starts feeling better. And I hope you took this 30 minutes to go through a neck practice. Okay, I love you so much, and let me know how it goes. Okay, bye.